All right, y'all, welcome back. Welcome back. I am fixing smash burgers. Little sliders, but kind of smashed. And we are using the so-called market side organic ground beef, supposedly grass-fed. And we're going to use some Oscar Mayer. This might be a Food Line brand, but it's pre-cooked bacon, hickory smoked. And we've got two different types of cheeses and our Hawaiian bread. We've got our hammer and we have our spatula. And we're going to cook it. We don't need grease. I know that because we're cooking ground beef. This is for flavor, buttery flavor. And we're going to also butter the rolls, and we're going to put them in here and let them get toasty brown before we even begin to use our ground beef. Okay, so let me show you. All right, I'm going to have to, all right, there we go. So we're going to take one of these king rolls and I'm going to slice it straight down the middle and put it flat down. Not going to do that to the top, just the middle. Okay, now I did not purchase these. My husband purchased these. So I would not have gotten this. But this is what he got. I wasn't at the store when he got it. So it is what it is, right? So I'm going to smash these rolls because I want only the inside to be toasted. That buttery toast. These rolls to me are really, really small, but we're going to work with what we got. So while these are cooking, I'm going to go ahead and start preparing the burgers. I was going to use that, the round thing that you put your ground beef in and then you smash it and it gives you that perfectly round burger, but it's too big. So these are just going to have to be, done without that. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got the burgers really tiny, and this is the seasoning that I used. And we're going to use chopped onions like they do with McDonald's little burgers. Think of White Castle or Little Tavern burgers. All right, so this should be ready. Okay, I forgot to get a plate. Hold on. All right, so let's take this over here. There we go. Perfect. All right, so we're going to flip it over. Sorry, y'all, didn't mean to move too fast. So these are buttery and flaky. Oh, look at that. Oh, I wish I could tear into that, but I got to see what it tastes like. So it tastes just like I expected it to. A nice buttery roll. Okay, now we still have a little bit of that grease, that butter in the pan, which is perfect. But we don't want too much since this makes its own grease. We're going to put these little burgers in here. And hopefully they are small enough. But I'm going to mash them. All right, so we're going to get this hammered. We can hammer it down. Like this. Okay, and because it's oily, I don't have to worry about a lot of the meat sticking in here. So, and then once that is done, I'm going to microwave this bacon And then we're going to put the cheese on, and everything is going to be legit. But while this is cooking, let's move over here. I'm going to start getting my onions mixed. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to put some of these onions in a cup with some water and let it sit. And then they're going to be just like McDonald's. All right, now here is the cheese. We're going to have a combination of thinly sliced, and what we're going to do, fold it over, break it in half, and then I'm going to come over here. I'm going to break it again, and then break it again. So on my sandwiches, like cold cut sandwiches, I like mustard on the top, mayonnaise on the bottom. So I'm going to let him put mustard and mayonnaise on these if he wants to. It's up to him what he wants to put on here. I'm not going to put anything on here. Okay, so on the bottom we've got cheese. And then on the top, we're going to put provolone. Is this provolone or mozzarella? Provolone. Mozzarella would have been so much better. I got some mozzarella that's shredded. I could, but nope. I'm going to stick to the plan. So let's get this. I might have to put you guys down. All right, it's coming. It's coming. All right. Okay. All right, so I'm going to break that up. I'm just going to put it there. And then we're going to put a piece here. And we're going to put a piece here. Now, while this is all cooking and getting ready, I'll cut up some other pieces of cheese and slice it up. And then we'll see how that turns out. So in the meantime, let me check real quick. Oh yeah, this looks good. All right, so okay. We're going to flip this one over. Okay. So they're not going to be perfectly round, but at least they're going to be tiny little smashed flat burgers. Not completely flat, but you know. This is probably not going to be as mashed as he would want it to be, but it's going to work. It's going to be good enough. All right, so hold on. Okay, so I put water in this cup, and we're just going to wait for it to thicken. And let me tell you something funny. I grabbed a cup from right here. I assumed that my cups were clean. I come and I grab this cup and I put the onions in it and pour the water in it, and guess what I see? Grape juice. Grape juice. Because somebody put this used cup, looks like it was rinsed out, and put it there instead of just setting it to the side. So guess what? Your onions, my dear, might taste like your grape juice. So, haha, this is going to be hilarious. So it is what it is. Because I'm not pouring this out and putting it in another cup. You want to leave these cups out? Well, then, this is that's what's gonna happen. Oh my gosh, it's funny to me. It might not would have been so funny if I had to use the cup to drink out of myself, but yeah. All right, so this is gonna thicken, and when it thickens, it's gonna taste just like McDonald's. All right, so I done smashed and mashed these burgers as best as they're gonna be. And we've cut up, I took the scissors and cut some squares for the cheese. And this should be thoroughly cooked because I hammered it. Let's see. There's really no other seasoning that needs to be put on here because, to be honest with you, the seasoning that I showed you, the Watkins, it has everything in it. It's hamburger. It's got see all the different seasonings and peppers and red peppers and all that stuff that's in there. So I don't want to over season it. When it comes to ground beefs, it's like steak in a way. Sometimes you don't want a whole lot of crap on it. All right. So while those onions are doing their thing, I'm going to pull off one of these burgers. Let's try the one here in the middle. Oh, yeah. Let's flip it over one more time. Now, this is grass-fed to some degree, organic at least 70%. So it's not going to taste like a burger that you would get from White Castle or Little Tavern. But we're doing the best that we can to make this. And that's what matters, right? All right, so let me wipe this off. Okay. And this is thickening up a little bit. And, all right, we're going to go with this little burger and put it right on here. And let these ones cook just a little bit longer. All right. Now, let me get the bacon. All right, the bacon I can definitely sample. Oh, so good. Hickory smoke, y'all. So, I put a bacon strip on the burger, and all I gotta do now is let me check and see if these onions are ready. Let's see. Yeah, they're ready. But you know what I'm gonna do? Let me microwave these onions to absorb a little bit more of this water, and I'll be right back. Okay, these burgers are definitely done, and I microwaved these onions. A little bit of juice got on there. And then we're just going to fold that over. And there you go. God, I wish I could bite into this. All right, I'm going to bite into it, but it's going to be a really tiny bite so that I can tell you how this tastes. But I need ketchup and mustard. This would make it perfect, but I'm going to see what it tastes like without it. This is awesome. The bread is what's making it. I taste the butter, the bacon, the onions, the provolone, the cheddar. It's a very balanced flavor. The perfect side for this would be pickles. And I got pickles that I can put on the side. Steak sauce would be good on here. That's what I would put. Steak sauce. So let us try. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna let him put the seasonings on. I mean, put sauce on if he wants sauce on. But I recommend ketchup and mustard if you want that like little tavern or White Castle taste. If you feel like Outback Steakhouse and you want like a feeling of a steak burger, I would definitely put A1 steak sauce on this. But I'm gonna take one more little tiny bite. Look at that. That is absolutely delicious. I want to wake him up and say, come and taste this. So, we're going to keep doing this until we're done. And once I've done all of this, I will show you a plate of the completed product. And thank you so much for watching. Okay, guys, here is the finished product, the completed results. Like I said, you don't have to do it the way that I did it. I'm just sharing with you how I wanted to make it, because I know what my husband likes, and so we did it that way. I highly recommend, you can put onion, you can put lettuce, tomato, whatever you want on it. But remember, it's a slider, so you don't have a lot of space. The perfect thing with this would be some fries, but he wants me to make onion rings. So I'm going to make onion rings, but not now. Because if I make the onion rings now, they're not going to stay crispy. So I'm going to wait and make the onion rings later. And you guys have seen me make onion rings before. It's just putting them in the oven, baking them, and oiling them with olive oil to give them that extra flavorful taste. But this tonight was all about the burgers, the sliders. So we've got cheddar cheese, provolone cheese, Watson's grilling burger, let's see, what is it called? Yeah, grilling hamburger seasoning. And we have the Hawaiian bread rolls for the sliders. So he can put ketchup or mustard or steak sauce. You know what, guys? Right now it smells like steak. It smells like a steakhouse. That's what my kitchen smells like right now. Like somebody is grilling steak. And I think that's probably have to do with the seasoning, the grilling. Yeah, because when I sniff it, it smells like steak. So each burger is the same. They all have everything, provolone on the top, cheddar on the bottom, and all the bread is buttered. And we have pre-cooked bacon that I microwaved. I was going to put bacon bits, hickory smoked bacon bits, into the ground beef and, mash it up together and then put it on here. I started to do that, but I'm just wondering, I like my bacon bits crispy, kind of. You know what I mean? I don't want them to be soft. And I was just wondering, maybe they would get soft, maybe lose their texture. So that's important to me. I want that texture. And even though these burgers are not for me, they're for him, I fix them the way I would like them. And thank God he likes my cooking, So, there we go. There's our sliders. Thank you all. Have a great day, and I'll see you real soon. I'm not sure what the next thing I'm going to cook is. We'll see, but I will make sure to share it with you guys. God bless. Bye.